left-hander, almost like a junior Jason Shaw. Here's the lag. Good to see Kazakis back on the main table. Whirlpool Masters champion, former champion, beat SVB 9 racks to 0 in the final in Gibraltar. That was the year after he completely kind of dogged it in the final against Al-Qaeda. He had a chance in the final rack to beat Al-Qaeda and made a right mess of it. So to come back the following year and win it showed a lot of heart. Big drama on the main table. Ruiz is at the table. He was 9-6 down. Mickey Krause had a chance to get on the hill, missed a 3-ball. Just as I said that, Ruiz has played a shocker. He's on the 8-ball, it's tricky, and he's 9-7 down.
Here we go then, once again, it's a race to 11.
That'll work out okay. He can pot the 2 up the rail. Going under the radar for me a little bit, Kazakis. Very, very capable player. Just goes about his business and then all of a sudden he just appears in the quarterfinals. Seems to do all his work on the outside tables. It's so difficult to put, you know, every player on the main arena. You always feel like defending champions got to play on there as well, don't you? Well, Ruiz has made a mess of this. At 9-7 down, Krause is on the 8-ball to get on the hill. Just the 8 and 9 remain. Mickey Krause does get on the hill. 10-7 up. Defending champion's got to win the last 4 racks, or he will not be lifting the trophy again.
For our young friend from yesterday, he just lost actually in that junior event. Anyway, in here, the big boys, Kazakis, a real contender for sure. Positive start, confident start here. Yeah, that'll make him feel good starting so well. We saw a lot of mistakes, of course, in the last match on this table. Kazakis looking good already. Certainly sentiment was set aside last night, wasn't it? The all-Greek affair. He won 9-1. AJ Manis, though, has made a lot of friends here this week, earned a lot of fans, and whatever happens in this match, and he's still obviously only had 1 rack, it'll be fascinating over the next sort of 12 months to see what his trajectory is. Any sport benefits from young talent coming through. We've seen in the world of darts, Luke Littler making an explosive contribution. World finalist, won the Premier League a couple of weeks ago, and what it's done for the actual sport as well.
Breaking news. Defending champion FSR is out of the tournament. Mickey Krause with a golden break to seal the deal. 11 racks to 7. Krause goes through to the final 32. Ruiz is out. We've seen that a lot in the last few days. Players winning matches with a golden break.
Well, what a story. What a result for Mickey Krause. Yeah, every credit to him. He looks kind of a little shell-shocked, actually. We're just watching on the big screen here.
Yeah, and obviously we've not seen much of the match because we've been doing table 1, but as I said, at 9-7, Ruiz had a chance, didn't get on the 8 ball, had to play safe, ended up losing the rack, and obviously didn't get back to the table. So Ruiz not quite on his A game here this week. Seems to be taking an awful lot of time here. Is it on pause or something? Every time I look down, the queue wasn't even moving though. It was like just stood still. Alongside the main event, we've got the Saudi Junior Championships happening. We started today's play with 8 players. Just to the left of where myself and Dave are sat is Max Benko. The reason why I mention his name is because he's won the Junior Shore Junior Open. He's won it twice actually, back to back. So he's flown out here to the Kingdom. He's actually 6-5 down, but he's on a 9 ball. It's not a dead cert. That's to tie the match up and take it to a final rack. And he's playing local player, Faris Salih Al Madden. He's actually on the 8 ball. Somebody was stood in the way. It's because he played a jump shot. He went over the 9 to pot the 7, so I thought it was on the 9, but one of the patrons has moved out the way and he's on a long 8 ball. I feel like I'm a bit invested in the Junior Open because me and Jeremy have done a little bit of work with the juniors. Oh, he's scratched. He's scratched. Well, a lot of the coaches and the juniors at the side, they were getting a little bit excited there. He scratched and they were cheering at the side, Dave.
Yeah, totally, and there's more cheering now because then young man has got the job done. Yeah, I mean, don't think this junior event's all a bit of fun. Far from it. You know, they want to win as much as anybody.
Well, there's some serious cash to be won as well. I think it was a $20,000 prize fund.
Meanwhile, Kazakis is still going about his business here. Yeah, it's terrific actually to see them turn up and, you know, they feel part of it all, because they are part of it all. Of course, AJ Manassi, he won the Hanoi Junior Open just last year.
A lot of tension in the junior event. I'm enthralled by this big crowd round here.
Yeah, disappointment there for the lad who lost. Shaking his head furiously. Get used to it if this is the life you want.
Well, he's got a big future, hasn't he? You know, Matchroom Sport, Barry Earn, Emily Fraser, the team at Matchroom. Obviously all the team behind the scenes at the WNT Tour, trying to grow the sport. So it could be worse, Max Benko. You could be me sat here next to Dave Hendon.
You wouldn't want that, believe me. Kazakis again, just taking his time.
Yeah, Max Benko still absolutely distraught. It's good to see that, though, you know, get that hunger, want to win. He'll learn from it, of course. He's a two-time Jason Shaw Junior Open, so it's not all bad, is it?
He'll be determined to come back for more when the disappointment has abated. Meantime, this for a 2-rack lead. Yeah, it's a real steady start, this, from Kazakis. He's trying to exert a bit of authority, experience on this match to step up to the straight knockout. He's hoping it'll be a bit too much for AJ Manis. We'll see, but a good start for the man from Greece. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you see events in all sports where the loser's accused of being a sulky kid. I suppose you have every right to be in the junior event.
Happens in the men's game as well.
Yeah, no, it's worth reiterating. You know, they get to play on these tables. They get to play alongside the seniors, but it's not just that. It's being in this venue, being part of the tournament in the hotel, being around the guys, getting on the bus over. All of that is all great experience going forward, and inspiration to keep working hard, keep practicing, and try and work your way through the ranks, get into the senior event. That's where we are here with Alexander Kazakis 2-0 up on AJ Manis.
No pot on the blue too. Possible shot at the bank. If not, it will be a safety shot. Next match on the TV table. Shane Van Bonin. He'll be playing Wukong Lin. And believe me, when one of the big players gets beat in the event, the other favourites, let's say if there's 6 or 7, 8 favourites in the field, their ears prick up, don't they? The news travels fast, and they know one of the favourites has gone. Albin Ocean didn't even make it through to the final 64. Kazakis plays the bank and he plays it well. Good start this from Alexander Kazakis.
Yeah, he looks very focused, you know, really just concentrating on every shot. We saw Jason Shaw, on paper it was a comfortable win, but performance left a bit to be desired. His opponent basically just went to pieces in the previous match on this table. Can't guarantee that's going to happen, so you've got to look after your own work.
Middle of the pocket. Nice angle on the pink 4-ball. he's going to have a little bit of hampered queuing over the green 6. Just pop the ball though, position's automatic. Just made sure he potted the ball.
Well, very strong start this. Manas is just being kept in that seat.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. Don't always go this way, but now and again, someone runs a package.
Yeah, good stuff this from Alexander Kazakis. 3-0. Just seems to have given the same focus so far to every shot he's played. Johan Chua on the hill 10-5 against Ko Ping Han. Alex Paguline trailing 8-6 to BJ Osiri.
Dang Jinhu, Spanish Open champ, he's 9-7 up against Kuo Po Cheng. Kuo Po Cheng, two-time former finalist, some many years ago, but still plodding along. Well, another shot on the lowest ball, and I'll tell you what, Kazakis is looking good here. He's breaking good.
See, just want the white to run a little further. Yeah, you can see a little bit of a noise, just came up a bit short positionally.
Yeah, he's going to have to use the bridge now. Cut the ball in. Cue ball runs into the brown 7. So he's got to try and judge that cannon. SVB takes the opening rack on TV. Played it left-handed, and this will be okay. He's got a shot on the pink 4. We're yet to see Manas at the table other than the lag. Draws the cue ball back nicely. Just run a little too far, so that means this is a little straight one. You always want the angle in 9-ball. To the number 8. This is for a 4-pack. Just shows you, doesn't it? If you look at the last match, the way it went. Jason Shaw against Mustafa. Both players struggled, had plenty of opportunities at the table, and Albert Manas walks into the arena. Second match on. He's yet to get to the table.
Yeah, the funny thing was, he got here a good 5 minutes before Kazakis and was sort of sat waiting for him, and he's still waiting. He's still waiting to get a chance, any sort of shot. Please, just give me something. Kazakis not in the mood to do that. Can't really start better than this. Just monopolising that table and extending his lead to 4-0. His concentration has been excellent, really has. The odd shot he's had to just recover on, but even what looked like the standard shots, he's not taken his eye off anything. He's been completely focused, and Manas has just been sat there watching. That's all he can do at the moment. Just try and tell himself the chance will come, but will it? Not guaranteed, or when it does, he could be a long way behind.
Yeah, that's the problem. Obviously he needs shots, he needs to get to the table, but you could do with doing it sooner rather than later, otherwise you can just be too far behind. This is the first time I've seen it actually this week, where somebody's just been glued to the chair.
Dang Jinghu has beaten Kyu Po Cheng 11-7. Very warm between the players at the end there. So rack 5, 4-0.
Kazakis on a 5-pack. You can see the blue too, but it's going to be difficult to continue this run. He wants to have a go, doesn't he? Real thin cut it is. At last, Manners will get to the table, but look at what he's faced with. It's not the most difficult of kick shots. He can go off the top rail. He should pot it, to be honest, but it's just the fact he's not had a visit, and when Kazakis misses, this is the shot he's faced with. I think it'd have been better going off the top rail. There's a chance of scratching here.
Well, he's had one shot, but it could well be very costly. Told you about the TV match between SVB and Wu Kun Lin. That match is tied at 1-1. Wu Kun Lin is at the table, 3 balls to go. Obviously early days. Alawadi has just got himself on the hill. 10-7 over Marco Deutsche.
BJ Ussery 9-6 over Pagalion. Dennis Grave against Max Lettner, tied at 8-8. The Slayer Lee Van Cortese 9-7 over Aranas, that's on the other stream table. Billy Thorpe 7-7 against Sean Nocky.
Oh, you're just joining us. Albert Manas, young 17-year-old fine prospect from the Philippines, has had one shot. He left Kazakis here with ball in hand as he presses on towards a 5-0 lead. And there's absolutely no let up in the intensity.
Well, this is what you've got to do in any match. I feel like you've got to do it more so against Manas because of the style of game he plays. Very fast, very explosive. He just can't get to the table. It's 5-0.
Yeah, he's leaving the arena, change of scene. Maybe didn't like what he's watching. So there's going to be a small break between racks.
Yeah, just tell yourself your opponent's not past the halfway mark just yet. You've lost the first mini session, if you like.
Well, this is the terrific venue here, the Green Halls in Jeddah. Busy old hall it is. Lots of action going on around and about. And here's our special roving camera.
Jan Pikniak there. He's playing Victor Zielinski. 1-0 to Zielinski. Table on the left, Wojciech Szewczak. Just about to start against Maurice Neuhausen. A lot of Europeans left in the event.
Yeah, it's still wide open, and obviously with some of the big hitters have fallen by the wayside. Be interesting when we get down to, let's say, the quarterfinals, for argument's sake, who the sort of the fancied picks are then. Because the money's going to go up, and that's going to be a factor, surely. It's already high pressure, high prestige, but you know, the guys are only human. They're going to think about the windfall they could pocket at the end of the week.
Could have done with his camera angle last night when Fedor Gors was on this table. That's Bernie Regulario. He's losing 3-2 to Go Ping Chung as he misses the blue 2. That man right there is the current US Open champion. He's trying to do the double, win the biggest 2 titles we have on tour.
So Manas has returned. He's hoping his fortune's turn, but it's 5-0. Of course, it's in the hands of Alexander Kazakis here, breaking again. His break has been superb so far. Continues to be. Three balls down there. crucially on the next ball, this 3.
Bit short of pace. Can still cut the ball in. Yep, good shot. Can't fault this performance so far. I know he's had the chances, but you've still got to knock him in. He had to open up in one of the racks with a bank shot, which he nailed. Cue ball's been pretty good. The break's been good. BJ Usuri is on the hill, 10-6 over Pagalayan.
Well, Kazakis is playing some seriously good stuff here. The break has been excellent, and the focus after the break has been excellent, and that's 6-0. A very clinical performance, this. Manas is only getting out of his seat to basically help put the balls on the table.
Mohamed Soufit, he's through to the last 32, last year's runner-up. Still going strong, trying to win the title. Just come one match too short last year, but the man who won the title last year has been beaten. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz is out of the World Championships.
Just looking ahead to tonight, David Al-Qaedi has won, so he's going to play Jason Shaw in the last 32 this evening. Heavyweight clash.
Can he keep this breaking masterclass up? He's potted the 1 ball. Every time. And he's getting shots, isn't he? He's got another shot on the lowest ball. plotting a route, isn't it? Still looking at the shot here. Not really sure why he's taking so long on this. I'm a bit bemused. The purple 4 ball does pot in the bottom left. He's not going to get great on it, but if you can get the cue ball where it is now, off the red 3, should be okay. Yeah, positional shot's gone a little bit wrong there. Want it to be a little bit straighter.
There'll be a lot of interest, I think, on table 5 shortly. The start of Robbie Capito and Ralph Suke.
He's having a go at this into the top left pocket. Difficult pot, also a difficult cue ball. Don't know if he's trying to stun into the 6. Yeah, has he potted it? Oh, that's a lovely shot. Everything is working out perfect for the Greek.
Yeah, you could probably let a firework off at the table, he wouldn't notice it. He's so focused on what he's doing. Really is. Just doing a number on his young opponent here. Break shot has been superb, and then that intensity has never left him. Chance for 7-0.
Just wants his cue ball to slow down. That's fine. Couple of rails with the cue ball. A little bit short this time, so he's left himself a little tester. Obviously these are a lot easier when you've had all the table time and you've won the first 6 racks. And your opponent's, well, just sat in the chair. And that's all he's done, Manus. This is for the first 7 racks.
Very impressive. He really just has focused so hard, and Manus is, I mean, just had one shot, that's it. That's it. So you might tune in and think 7-0, oh, he must have played bad. He hasn't played, that's the problem. He just hasn't had a chance.
Yep, it's been the first match I've seen commentated on where one player has dominated the match and had so many break and runs and just froze his opponent out.
Pretty demoralising for a young lad. I'm sure was looking forward to this and excited about what the afternoon had in store. Kazakis 4 away from the last 32 of this World Pool Championship.
Well, Nineball was going towards the right centre. So for the first time pretty much in this match, he doesn't have a pretty easy opener on the blue too. Max Lettner is on the hill, 10-8 over Dennis Grabe. Same for BJ Ussuri, he is also on the hill. Badar Alouadi, he's playing Marco Deutscher. Badar's 10-9 up. Second visit for Manus.
Yeah.
Second time where he's got a kick or jump at a ball. Well, we can't begrudge the young man getting the hook there.
Absolutely, he did raise his hand, but my word, he had to be pretty hard-hearted to complain about that.
Okay, first look at a pot for the young Filipino. Can he take care of this rack and try and claw his way back?
First ball potted. Yeah, I mean, he's a great talent. We've seen that all week in that picture of John Morrow where he led for quite a lot of the way and then had to win the last couple. And then also Chan Junlin 9-7. One thing we've already seen from him this week as well, he doesn't hang about.
Junior Championships is also taking place. We're down to the final 4, so semi-final action will be tonight at 7 PM. Walter Lacra against Ivan Rudenko, and it will be Felix Vogel against local player Faris Salah Almaden. Final will be tomorrow night at 7 PM. Showing us what talent he possesses, showing how he cues the ball, very loose, very fluid. 17 years of age, could have played in the junior event. Decided not to.
Well, every credit to him, because it's been a pretty horrible experience just sat in that chair just watching, but now of course he gets the break, so let's see if he can just... It's easy to sit here and say this, but if he can just get a couple back and feel involved in the match, he'll just send a little message that he's keeping his head up. You know, if he gets the chances, he's prepared to take them. And most importantly, he's on the score. 7-1, still a long way behind in this race to 11. Capito and Suke underway, out on table 5. Shane Van Burning trailing 3-2 on the main table to Woo Kun Lin.
Tale of two tapes. The break, you could see how close he got to the one. I think it hit both points. Well, actually hit it 3 times. Ko Ping Yi comes in that bracket of, let's say, if you had to pick 8 players out of 1 to 8 who you would pick to win the title, he would be one of them players. Well, he's lost the opening 3 against Patrick Gonzalez. You always feel like it's very early days, but when you watch a match like Kazakis, sometimes it's not early days. Ball looks like he's going to crash into the pink 4. Don't know if he can slide around the back of it. Yeah, he couldn't really help that. Took a gamble. Well, Marco Deutscher was 10-7, possibly 10-8 down in his match against Bara Alawari. He's tied the match up. Table 11 is Hill. And Deutscher takes a timeout.
So, a very rare miss from Kazakis.
Pagline still hanging in there. That match is now 10-9 to BJ Usuri. Wojciech Shevchek 3 up on Moritz Neuhausen. The next match starting on table 2 is between Jonas Suto Camino and Jeffrey Ignacio. That will be a fast-paced match. Both players play at a good, tidy pace. Albert Manners kicking off one rail. Hits the 2, but doesn't pot it. And he's left the pot. It's just been one of them games, this. Like I say, you do get these in tournaments, but it doesn't happen too often, but they do come.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing he could do early on because he literally just couldn't get to the table, but he's had a bit more table time since. Kazakis maybe a little lucky missing the 2, covering it, but now he just picks up from where he left off. Ravsuke's won that opening rack against Capito.
Billy Thorpe is on the hill, 10-7 over Oliver Shulnocky. Billy Thorpe, last 3 or 4 months, changed his life around. He's turned from party animal to pool player. Got himself in the gym. Decided to chill out from the party scene and try and get his head back on because he's desperate to get in this year's Mosconi Cup team. His best friend and good pool buddy Skylar Woodward is the captain, and the hard work is paying off because he's had some good wins over good top players. Marco Theutscher broke Hill. It wasn't a golden break, believe it or not. I know we've seen a lot of them. It was a dry break. Alawadi is at the table. I know you can't see it on our feed. I do apologise for that, YouTube viewers. But we will keep you updated as the rack unfolds. The table layout for Alawadi is not too bad. He would have to play a... There's a key shot in the rack and it's a purple 5 to the 6 ball. Purple 5's at the top end of the table, the 6 ball is near the 9, and the 9 is where it usually sits after the break, around that diamond area. The man we're watching, Kazakis, it's just been pretty much flawless, hasn't it? He's done everything right. Cue ball position, he's potted balls, he's broke well. He's literally just kept his opponent in his chair. Obviously, Badar Alawadi will have a lot of people here supporting him. Middle East. We really are starting to get to the big moments in this year's championship. I know it's still only the last 64, but as the better players start to meet each other, we expect closer matches and drama. He's played a great shot, Alawadi, to get on the 6 ball. He's got 4 balls. know you can't see this, but his good friend Abdullah Al Yusuf, a former semi-finalist, he sat right at the front row, Dave, with his phone filming it. I mean, you just would not see that in the world of snooker, would you?
No, it'd be frowned upon. Meantime, not frowned upon is the Kazakis' performance here, 8-1.
Alawadi has got the 8 ball left and the 9. Just the 9 ball to go. He pots the 9 ball. Alawadi wins a hill as he books his place in the final 32.
Yeah, there were a lot of people gathered around that table to see the finish, but to this match, not as close. It's 8-1, and Kazakis is just 3 racks away from a place in the last 32 this evening.
Following that Hill match on table 11, Chris Mellin will take place in the arena. He's playing Singapore's Torley Hian. Kazakis long shot on the blue too.
Yeah, he's got such breathing space to feel confident taking it on. Pocket. Wants the white to hold up a little, but yeah, as I say, 8-1 up. You know, you could feel good taking that on.
Got a bit of an angle. He'd love to just slide over to the other side of the table. Think he can get there. Copigny has won the last 2 racks. He now trails Gonzalez 3-2. Portugal's João Grillo. Again, another player just going about his business quietly. He's 5-2 up over Fuche Wei. He's about to go 6-2. Very underestimated player from Portugal is João Grillo.
Fedor Ghost will be next on table 4 against Amir Ali.
I do believe BJ Usserit and Pagalayan has gone 10-10.
Ooh, now a rare miss from Kazakis. So Manas has got something to hold on to here. Yeah, Kazakis, I mean, he's 8-1 up, he's absolutely furious he's missed that.
Yeah, give the kid a break, pal. Give the kid a break. Trying to ruin his career, man.
Yeah, he didn't get on it, and he's walking. Well, he's trudging his way back to his seat actually.
We'll keep you updated on the Bag of Lion Usui scoreline as in the last rack. As I said, it's 10-10 over there, so one rack to see who goes through. Yeah, good shot from Kazakis.
Yeah, Paguline is at the table. Again, there's a lot of people gathered around. It's on the far side of the arena from where we are.
Yeah, he potted that ball a little fat off the jaw. That's why the cue ball's not rolled down. Yeah, getting the cue ball clean feels like he had a heavy contact. Can still cut this ball in. Super thin though, looking at the overhead. Woo Kun Lin, rather, he's going along okay against SVB. He's 4-3 up, he's on a 9-ball to go 5-3 up. At 8-1 up, this type of shot's a lot easier than, let's say, if it was 8-8. At 8-8, it's very missable. Yeah, smart play. Just get the cue ball over here, where you can put the 9 in the middle or the corner.
Yeah, Manis, he had the ball over the pocket, just couldn't quite control position, and then left the chance, and this is for 9-1. So he has had a little bit of table time, didn't in the early racks. Kazakis really stealing himself, knocks in the 9. It's 9-1, he's 2 away.
It's been clinical, Dave, hasn't it? It's really been clinical from Kazakis, and he's not rushing any shots. He's playing at a good pace, but when he's got one of them tricky ones, he's just gearing himself up for it. Ko Pin Yi does that very well. And as you said, a couple away.
The packet line game is on the 3, I think, from what I can see. Well, there's no doubt one of the key facets of this scoreline has been the break from Kazakis, and again, the one flying in the middle.
We've seen it with Jason Shaw. Even though Jason Shaw was not clinical in his match, he broke very well. And Kazakis has done the same. If you can break over 90% of making the one ball in the side, you're going to get better splits, you're going to get more opportunities. Pagalayan is at the table. Unfortunately, it's at the opposite side of the arena and we can't see anything from where we're at. We can sort of make out what ball he's shooting because of the colours, of course. I think he's on the red 3. We do have a moving camera. We've seen clips of that today, but for some reason we're not bringing you the action, the hill rack. It was close. He had to load it up with left English. That makes the pot more difficult. BJ Ussery is back at the table now.
Yeah, he's potted that 3, so as Carl says, it's hard to see exactly the position, but he's in at the moment. Well, quite a rare miss really from Kazakis, but again he has got the cover. Two just kept running and running. Can't quite see the potting angle though. Van Boning now 6-3 down on the main table to Wu Kunlin. Right, it's over. On table 6, Ussery has just potted the 9, so he's knocked out Alex Pagulayan in an absolute thriller again. Yeah, it looked quite cagey early on, that last rack, but got in from the 3 and made the winning visit.
So it was Ussery who got the job done. Is that right? Okay, big win there for BJ Ussery. He moves into the final 32. Good win over former champ Pagulayan.
That's a lovely shot. That's a terrific shot. So, Manas in with what you have to say is a good chance now, and it may just be that he just relaxes a bit, the fact that he's so far behind. Very fluent style. Kazakis has taken a while over some of his shots, and let's be honest, it's worked. He's miles in front, but oh no!
It miscued, you could hear it. And for the first time in the match, I was actually stood up and I was just looking right down the line of his shot. I mean, we're quite some far away. We're not near the table at this side of the arena for table 1 comms, and he was just queuing up, and as soon as he hit the cue ball, you could see it just squirted off, and I think that'll be the end of his campaign, because Kazakis just needs one more rack to get on the hill, and if there was going to be any sort of comeback, it would have had to have been then.
Oh, what a shame. Got him with such a lovely pot, but yeah, that's horrible actually.
Seems to be struggling with the reach, doesn't want to use the bridge. 98% of pool players are terrible with the bridge. Ko Ping Chung, US Open champion, trying to hold the double. The 2 biggest events we have, the US Open and the World Championships. What a feat that would be. He's playing some good stuff, and he's doing a number on young Bernie Regalario, 7-3 up. Things can't be said for his older brother Ko Ping Yi. He's in a battle. He's 4-2 down against Gonzalez. Talking about a battle, seems at the TV table he's not been very kind to our big players on the circuit. FSR, if you're just joining us, the defending champ is a goner, and SVB is in trouble on there as well. He's playing Wu Kun Lin, and Wu Kun Lin is 6-3 up. This 9-ball for Kazakis looks like it's, yeah, it looks okay.
Well, the horrible miscue from Manas just as he was looking good finally in the match. Yeah, a real sickener that. A real sickener, but again, Kazakis has done his side of the bargain. On the hill at 10-1. Yeah, well, the first 4 racks he didn't get a shot, but he has had a few chances since then. It's just turned into a bit of a match too far for the young man, but it's all, of course, a learning curve for him. He's impressed this week and earned a lot of fans, and I'm sure will be determined to come back for more, but it's surely going to be over soon now. Kazakis' breaking has been so good, could well be in the next few minutes. There will be another match on this table, by the way, so do stay with us.
Which match have we got coming up, Dave?
Just checking, I think it's Antan Raga.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah, against Lu Riteng, so that will be coming up with Michael and Jeremy.
Yeah, we do apologise for the commentators for the next match. Not much we can do about that, but we deserve a little bit of dinner, don't we, Dave?
I think so, Carl. Yeah, I'd agree with that. So Kazakis, he's had great intensity, even leading. I mean, he's taken a bit of time on some shots, but even leading there 9-1, he just made sure, he was going to make sure, taking nothing for granted. It's been a very professional performance, and this could well be the winning rack.
Yeah, it's been a great performance overall. So we've not really spoke about him at the beginning of the event. He's not been playing all the events on the circuit. As I said, his girlfriend was pregnant with twins, and I think about a month ago she gave birth to him, so I know how difficult one child is, so having twins, I can't even begin to imagine what he's been going through.
Well, you never know, maybe just getting back on the pool table, it's sort of back to normality almost.
Yeah, I bet when she dropped him off at the airport, I bet he didn't even look back, Dave. SVB is at the table. Good chance to get a rack back. He needs racks. 6-3 down. Tell you, this Filipino, Patrick Gonzalez, he's going along okay. He's at the table, 4-2 up over Ko Ping Yi. Just seems to be at the minute that some of these big hitters, again, I'll say it again, if we could pick 8 players who we would think could go on to lift the title, you know, there's a few of them that are under the gun a little bit, and we've lost a couple. Albin Ocean, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz is another one who's gone from that sort of top 8 bracket of players. Joshua Phillip has not played yet today. He's one of the favourites, if not the favourite. Jason Shaw, one of the favourites, yet to win a world title. Didn't play great, but he got the job done, he got the win. It would be hard to see Kazakis not close out the match here.
Yeah, at no point has his sort of demeanour changed from rack 1 to what's probably the last rack. It's just been the same focus, the same intensity, thoroughly professional job this. Semi-finalist a couple of years ago, he would have loved to get himself into the title match this year. Just a word for his opponent, as I say, he has won a lot of friends with the way he's played and a lot of potential. Of course, he's already the Hanoi Junior champ. A couple of good wins, but was shut out early on, and then when the chances did come, he just wasn't able to take them. That miscue in the last rack was horrible.
Kazakis sending a little statement out to the field. You forgot about me, boys, but I'm here, and I'm here to win.
Yeah, he's been superb. This has been really impressive. Just making a statement. Some of the big boys have gone. He is still here. Alex Kazakis with a thumping win over AJ Manis, 11-1. He played terrifically well from first ball to last, and he joins the lineup for the last 32 of the World Pool Championship here in Jeddah this evening.